What up, Fortnite fam? Your boy Matt back again to bring you the latest and greatest tips and tricks to help you become a better Fortnite player. Since the arena point reset for Season 2 has come and gone, we want all of you guys to be playing the best of your ability and dominating your lobbies. So today, we're going to be showing you guys 30 rapid fire tips to help you succeed in the new season. Before we go any further into this video, I'm going to hand things over to Benji Fishy, because he's got something very important to tell you.
Yo, what's up boys and girls? This is Benji. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and hopefully teach you guys a lot about competitive Fortnite. I'm always getting questions about how to improve competitive Fortnite, so I've decided to launch a 14-day bootcamp teaching you the things I feel like players struggle with the most. By the end of our time together, you're going to leave a better Fortnite player, not only a more confident, smart and consistent player, but someone who can become a better teammate for the seasons to come. Super excited about the opportunity to connect with all of you and help you reach your true potential. I'll see you guys soon.
I'm sure that by now all of you can agree that we're in a spray-dominated meta. If your tracking aim isn't the greatest, then we recommend lowering your sensitivity a little bit. A slower sensitivity is much easier to control and will help you shred through your opponents more consistently. Speaking of the spray meta, Epic introduced the all-new Combat SMG this season. This weapon absolutely shreds from the close range and is pretty much an even more overpowered version of the Stinger SMG. The only downside with this is the recoil, but nonetheless, whenever you get the opportunity to carry this gun, you should take it. The Cowcatcher is a brand new item that can be attached to any car. When in use, the Cowcatcher plows through everything and anything in its way. This means that you can tear down an entire building in just a few seconds, giving you quick and easy access to all the loot it has to offer. Although the Cowcatcher is intended to be used as a vehicle mod, believe it or not, it can also be used in box fighting. When you throw the Cowcatcher at the bottom of a wall, the build will instantly break, allowing you to get a free shot on your opponent. This will work similarly to a crash pad, except you are limited to breaking walls only. Okay Fortnite fam, it's that time of the video. It's question of the day. Today, we want to know what your favorite weapon of the season is. Are you a fan of the new Combat SMG, or are you enjoying the long-range thermal assault rifle? Let us know in the comments below and we'll be replying to some of your answers. The brand new movement mechanics are great on their own, but combining the two of them will let you cover some serious ground. If you jump at the end of your tactical sprint, you will go significantly further than you normally would. This can be used to make long-distance leaps onto other builds when adding a mantle to the end. If you find yourself in a situation where you're falling from high up and you don't want to take any damage, turbo build 2 walls in front of you and mantle onto the top of the wall. This will negate any fall damage and provide a safe landing no matter the height. We know it's going to be hard for you guys to shake the habit of placing a ramp to get onto the layer above you, but in a non-fighting situation, you should really only be mantling up to higher layers. This will save you a ton of mats in the long run and is definitely something to keep in mind. Whenever you're fighting an opponent, you want to be attacking from multiple angles to keep them on their toes, and so you avoid being predicted. Use the mantle to climb on top of the box and quickly pressure them from a different wall. Just be cautious of edit-happy players or you might get dropped into their box. The typical 1v1 build fight is to do 2 90s and then triple edit towards your opponent. This is pretty risky since it's basically a 50-50 for who claims the middle wall first. Instead, after completing your 90s, place a ramp and cone towards the opponent. As you're running toward the cone, mantle on top of it to claim an additional layer of height on your enemy. Just a few hours after the Season 2 release, Martos created a brand new play using the mantling feature to get a crazy peek on your opponent. When you're boxed up, place a cone at your feet and edit through the floor and cone directly above you. Jump up and mantle onto the floor. If you reset your cone at the right time, then your body will be phased, allowing you to take a shotgun shot and land back into your box safely. If you're ever in a situation where you know an opponent is hiding behind a corner or staircase, tactical sprint around the corner toward them. This will make it much more difficult for them to land a shot on you and can catch them by surprise. Now we know it may seem obvious, but you should be tactical sprinting as often as you can when you're rotating. The sprint will only recharge after 8.5 seconds, meaning you can get around the map much quicker than before. You just need to get in the habit of hitting the bind when it's ready, or else you're missing out on much quicker rotations. Epic recently made an update to visual sound effects that makes it significantly cleaner and less cluttered to play on. With visual sound effects on, you can spot far distance audio that nobody could ever hear. This is great for spotting boats, gliders, chests, and more. You'll get used to the visuals quickly and your awareness will improve significantly. By now, all of us have experienced how overpowered the new tanks can be. They have a ton of health and take forever to break. However, you can actually shoot the yellow box on the front of the tank to instantly expose and damage the driver. This can get you an easy kill, or at the very least make them ditch the vehicle. Speaking of vehicle damage, the new torch item will heal any vehicle or build back up to its original health. This is a great item to hold onto if you're trying to save a car for late game rotations. Also, it should be known that you can actually set wooden builds on fire with this as well. This new aim training map from Raider 464 might just be the best in-game aim trainer we've ever seen in Fortnite. This is a solo map that has various aiming drills using bots with extremely realistic movement to a real player. We all know how important aim is going to be this season, so getting some extra practice in is always a good idea. With SMGs being so incredibly broken in the current meta, running 2 of them at the same time can actually be a pretty good idea. You're going to be able to consistently apply pressure onto your opponent and get lots of bleed through damage. Also, in duos, you'll be able to save all your AR ammo for your teammate, and they can hook you up with SMG ammo. Having each player prioritize different ammo types will help you with resource preservation and not having to worry about your ammo count as much. One of the things that makes the SMG so powerful is its fire rate. This can be used to easily take walls before your opponent has a chance to react. The best time to do this is when you're dropping from an elevated position down to their box. If you start spraying as you fall, they will have no time to react, let alone figure out which wall you're dropping on. Another way to take advantage of the SMG fire rate is to go for more bleed through damage. If you aim onto your opponent through their wall and spray, bullets will sneak through in between turbo builds, giving you free damage. This should be mainly used when you have an opponent already weak and want to finish them off, but using this to get some starting damage in a fight can also be beneficial. While this play does include some risk, the SMG is a great way to get inside someone's box. If you get the opponent's wall weak, sprint towards it and fire your SMG right before you make contact with the wall. If you got decent ping, this will phase you through the wall and into the box. High walls are without a doubt the best method to piece control your opponent. They're a mat efficient way to protect yourself and trap players in fights. When retaking height, pros will almost exclusively use this move if they're looking to go for piece control. Definitely practice this move in creative and try out the different variations that it has to offer. While most players will make a full open edit on a wall when going for piece control, using a window can do the same job while providing yourself with more protection. No matter the angle, you can make a window edit on a wall to cone off or even full piece your opponent. I'm sure we're all familiar with the situation where you find yourself in a box with an opponent under your ramp. It can be very easy for your opponent to predict your edit and outdamage you if you do a standard ramp edit. What you should do instead is position yourself toward the left of the ramp and edit the side you're on in half. From here, jump to your right and go for a shotgun shot, then immediately reset your ramp to protect yourself. While it's normal for you to want to protect yourself and heal after you having your shield cracked, this isn't always the best choice. Sometimes, if an opponent won't let off of pressuring you, go for a surprise edit shot or pre-fire them as they break your building piece. This will calm them down and give you both time to heal. Although you should try to avoid 50-50 situations at all costs, sometimes you do just have to go for it. Sliding toward your opponent will make it more challenging for them to track you and will give you a better chance of coming out on top. If you are at an elevated position and want to drop onto an opponent's box to start the fight, place 2 ramps on their walls in different directions so they don't know which you're going to attack from. This only costs 10 materials and is worth the added confusion. Speaking of box fights, an easy way to piece control an opponent is by positioning your crosshair just a smidge above the wall. Once you find the sweet spot, the cone will place on the other side of the wall, giving you a great opportunity to piece control your opponent. If you get beamed by an opponent, create a box around yourself with a ramp at your feet. Instead of placing the final wall behind you, take a step back and place it once you're out of the box. Your opponent will assume you're healing in the box when in reality you are positioned behind it with a clear angle on them, ready to shoot. Along with the new map changes in this season, we have received a few comm towers around the map. These are a great spot to land as a solo and will give you great natural high ground. This will be huge in stacked lobbies when you need to get storm surge damage from afar. While it may seem like a waste of time for those of you who want to go pro, playing creative is the best way to get rapid-paced fighting practice. We're not saying you need to become a full-blown creative warrior, but adding some more creative matches to your schedule will definitely improve your fighting skills. Well, that wraps up things for today, Fortnite fam. Did you enjoy the video? Be sure to leave a like and ring that bell to stay up to date with all the latest and greatest tips and tricks we have to offer. Also, feel free to leave a comment and let us know if there is anything you would be interested in learning more about. We're only a few weeks into Season 2 and there are definitely some adjustments to be expected, but using these tips to help you master the meta as soon as possible will put you in a good position to be successful this season. Once again, my name is Matt and I'll see you on our next video here at ProGuides.